Good morning to you all. You're welcome to the next series of Microsoft Word. Today we are going to be considering formatting tests and paragraphs. And our objective is going to be based on the following formatting text and paragraph objectives. Topic A, we are going to be discussing has to do with applying character formatting, control paragraph layout, and align text using your tabs on your keyboard. And the fourth one is display text in bulleted or number list. Now let's get started. Now, first thing we need to do foremost is to open our Word. Type Word or type Microsoft Word, depending on how you have been opening it. Okay, allow it to load. And once it's finished loading, don't forget our objectives. We are going to be looking at our objectives each time we are progressing. Okay, the first thing is to apply character formatting. Before we can apply character formatting, we must have a text in our document. So let's go ahead and do that. And it's very essential. Okay, so okay, let's get a text. Sudo text. So just copy some text that we just need and just need them. So basically, the text is needed for the formatting. We just need to put in different things there. We don't have time to be sign up for anything. What we need is the text. So if you have any text you want to put in or you want to type in, you can go ahead and do that. All we are trying to do is to make sure that we have a text to work with in the course of this program. Okay, so okay, so just get as many texts as possible that you can get or type it in. But for the sake of this class, I'm going to be picking up already made text from whichever place I want to pick it up from. You can pick yours from somewhere. Okay, okay, let me quickly. All right, for the sake of practicing, NPA, welcome to my assessment page. All right, for now, we have this in here. What we want to do right now, first and foremost, is that we have to apply character formatting. What is the character? The text is a type of character. Character has to do with numbers, text, and different objects that we are working on. And it's majorly text, symbols, and numbers in Microsoft Word. Okay, so let's apply character formatting. That means we want to change the look of the text and all those things like that. Okay, first and foremost, you notice something. I put this one down here, then it's supposed to be up, right? What do you do if you don't want to retype it? The first thing you must do first is to select everything here, then right click and cut. Yes, come to the back here, press enter twice at least, then click back here again with your mouse, Control V on your keyboard, select everything, and this time around, I'll remove the welcome and leave my personal assessment page is what I'm leaving now. Then I want to start. Now, if you notice what we actually spelled out here, we said format text and paragraph using the home ribbon menu. Good. What we are using here is the home ribbon menu throughout. We are not actually using anything outside. This is the home ribbon here. And you can see we have the text format with font here. We have the size of the fonts. You have the different things we can do to the font. And everything that we need is right in this menu. Okay? Under the home menu is where you have this. If you click it inside, find that everything will change. Can you see it? Click the design, find that everything will change. Okay, clicked on it, you see. So let's go back to home menu. That's where we are focusing. First and foremost is to change the size of our text, the font size. Go ahead and change it to 36. Don't worry about that. Come to the font itself, the appearance, and click down arrow, and let's choose Arial Black. Okay. Good. Now, let's center. Can you see it? Center. You can press Ctrl E from your keyboard. You can as well just center it from here, and everything is good. Now, the next thing we are going to do is to change the color of our heading. Let's make it blue, my personal assessment page. Click the font here, the font color. Now, this was the last color I used on Word when I was working with it. That's why it's showing me red here. That doesn't mean red will always show on yours. So let's choose blue from here. Okay, something deeper. Okay, dark blue. This is a bit of blue. Okay, I prefer to use this. Okay, my personal assessment page. Now, I have changed my headline. There's something also I can do. The space is actually a bit too far from one another. What do? The homepage ribbon gives you a lot of tools and ways in which you can format. What do? Come to this space here, line and paragraph what? Spacing. Now, what do? Click on it once and just drag your mouse. Don't click it yet and see the changes. Can you see? So this is what actually you use in spacing your paragraph. We have one here, and one shows us that it's going to be a bit up. Now, if we want to make, if we want to remove space after paragraph, let's try that. This is removing space after paragraph. This is okay. Let's see. This is it. Ctrl Z back. Let's get back to work. There's something I want to show you. Now, remove space after paragraph is as good as being in the default size it was when it was first created. So how do we fix it up? Just come down to this side and choose this 1.0. So that is how far it can go. Now, one thing about the paragraph spacing is that it's based on the font that is created. Also, it's also based on the design, the theme that we are using. If you notice something, we have here normal. We have normal. Let's give no spacing. Can you see no spacing? Let's start. Let's work on no spacing. Click on no spacing and come back and choose your 36. And make sure you come back and select your Arial Black. Okay. And center. And let's come back here. So we are 1.0, right? So this is where we are right now. Okay. So let's check the blue back. And we are back on the work. So we are going to make sure that the font here, size for everything here is going to be like 15. So now that we've selected it, change it to 15 and press enter from the keyboard and change this one to Calibri. Calibri. Don't choose light. You can backspace to delete the light and press enter. Okay, you can as well come down here and search for Calibri as you wish, but that is once you know the name of the font you want to use, all you just need to do is to just type it in and you are good. Okay. Now, don't forget that we are not doing check spelling of any words. That means maybe the word is well properly spelled or is not properly spelled. We are just going to work with what we have copied. Pseudocode is a type of code that is available for us to just use to fill in our pages. Okay. Now, we have this in place. You see, when you make a sentence, you type in something here, then what you have is what? You are making a paragraph. Each time you go to the next line by pressing enter, it was here. Well, by pressing enter to come to the next line, what you just did was that we just created a paragraph. Okay. Paragraph has to do with different lines and formatting it up. Now, we want to format it as if we have a textbook, or yes, a textbook here. So what do? Press space to, can you see that? And now, apart from using space, we said in our objective, don't forget that we are going to be using, we are going to be aligning text using tabs, right? And we said the control paragraph layout, the way it looks, and we are going to be displaying text in bulleted or number list. Okay, good, beautiful. Let's get back to work. Now, the anonym labs create products and empower end user to protect and control their personal information. Okay. Let's come down so we can begin to read and begin to edit our tools can be integrated into your app and product. Let's come down here. These are the only app you will ever need to safely secure, and let us just use this and play around. Okay, play around with it. This is the only app you will ever need to. That from that tool, you can begin to create different lists and different information from there. Okay, we itemize bullet list and all this and like that. So shop sell, and socialize. Okay, without ever. So we've created it by pressing new lines and go like that. Just from our, don't forget that there is something about each word when we are writing according to English language. We should do our best to do what? To make the first letter an uppercase capital letter. Okay. So I selected everything from here by pressing the mouse down, then drag it down here. Then what I did was that I will come, look at what I'm doing. There are options for the text to change the sentence case and all those in change case. Sentence case means that the first statement, the first word, letter, sorry, will be in capital letter. If you leave the lowercase, it will remain the way it is, or change everything to small letter. Uppercase means that everything will be changed to letter or click uppercase. Everything is capitalized, okay? Come back there and change it to capitalize each word. You find that the first word, every first word is changed to capital letter, right? But what we need is sentence case. So what do? Just use this. Use this sentence case. That is the sentence case that we need here. First thing and foremost, change to lowercase first, okay? Then come back to sentence case. All right, so sometimes due to some formatting, the computer is following a pattern that you lay in place for it. So I press space to get that done. Now, we need to number this or bullet it. There's difference between numbering and bullet. But before we do that, we need to format this character properly, okay? Now, let us come to this. You can use your sudo to call. Let us come down on. So, text and email anyone. Good. Even if they don't have my sudo. Okay. Let's come down here and say calls text. These are options. These are list options that is provided to order my sudo are always free. So let's leave it like this. We are going to work on it now. Now type in here. Now to our below is numbering list option. Now, one thing about lists of the numbering. Yes, not about we have the numbering of under list. We have what we call the bullets, just like we have in normal. Generally, we have the on order. We have the order list, and you know. But you don't really need that. What you need right now at this stage of yours is to follow the pattern. As you grow, as you learn, then you begin to, as you expand your knowledge, then we begin to go more deeper and begin to go more deeper into the theory to back up whatever that we are doing proper. Okay. Now let's start. Below is our numbering option list. So what do we do? First and foremost is that we select the below and make a bit of bold here. Okay, and internalize it. Okay. Okay. Option. Now, it might not have followed the information that is put here. Don't mind that. What we want to achieve is to list numbering list options. How do you get the numbering list? Come to the first letter, the first safely here. And what do? You come to number. You can see different numbers. Click the down arrow. See options of numbers, how number goes, and now so we have in Roman figure in letters, capital letters, small letter, bracket. This one without bracket. This one is small letter without bracket, and Roman figure which is has to do with small letter Roman figure. Okay, you're going to be using this, so we use this. Now, how do you create line number 2? So just backspace and go back to the next line and press enter again. Create it for you. Now, press backspace to go back to the first line, previous line, and press enter. Press shop again. Sorry, backspace and press enter again. Backspace to go back to the next line. Enter to come back. Backspace and come back. Now, one thing you should notice is that it automatically number the work for us without we stressing ourselves and code like that. That's one of the powerful tools that is being offered in Microsoft Word. And you also should take advantage of that instead of trying to do things on your own. Now, the next thing we want to do, okay, we are going to be, so let's check here, control paragraph layout, align text using tab. Let us now align our text. Let's see some of the things, okay? Let's see how to align text using paragraph, control paragraph layout, how it looks and all those things like that. Now, these are the layout here. You know, we use no spacing from the normal and go. When you come around here, you find that things change for the paragraph. These are the paragraph layout, and these are the, these are the arrangement and the font style that's the Microsoft Word has for us. And we could see that there are some that when we choose it, it resets what we've already worked on. There are some that when we look at them, the Microsoft Word look the same. So we've already formatted the paragraph layout. So what we want to do right now is this. Now we have socialized without, okay, since this is the last word here, let's bring it up. Let's backspace and bring it up. Now, what we want to do here is that select all those ones and italize it. Come to it without clicking inside italics, italize it, okay? So that is that. Now you can use your sudo to call. Now, one thing I want us to do is before we come to this, let's go up and make a change. Let's make something better there. Now this is the page. You know, there's a general saying that the picture makes it speak more than 1,000 words. Let's add a picture to it, right? Let's add picture to what we have been doing. Assessment page, let's insert something. Let's insert pictures. Let's come to picture and let's go to download my usual location where I put my work. Okay, and let's wait for it to load and let's see something. Let image loads. These are the format of images that is loading, and we can just okay. So let's just okay. Okay, let's just use something. We need, okay, let's use this. All right, so this is actually not the size that came with it, but Microsoft Word automatically actually resize the picture based on what it thinks is good for the page, okay? Now, what we do is this. The first and foremost is that when you insert a picture, you find that there are different effects that it gives us. We could change the color automatically as we are seeing it for the first time. It will format it just like you would do in a graphic work. And if you want to go ahead and see that, then play around with it. You find that it will change, okay? To change into different, can you see it? To change to different look, but this is the default one here, okay? So let's look at the artistic effect. You could play around with it. You could change color of your images and work with it in Microsoft Word and enjoy the glow. For those people that are starting, you see it has actually resetted the image. So how do you go back to the former one? Just come down here and select the previous one. Okay, the first one there. So what we do is that we just come to center and center it here. See my assessment page. And now what we need to do right now is that we want to use the tab to format our paragraph, just like we have here. We should align text using the tabs. So now this is my work, and we have it. Okay, how do we do that? We want to make a paragraph, the paragraph to be different from the first one here. So just press tab once. Can you see it? So you have to automatically make like 6 spaces. If you really look at it, we make up to like 6 spaces. Now we have this, our tools can be integrated and go like that. Now, one of the most powerful thing about the tab is that the tab helps us to do some things. For example, let me show you something here. You can use your sudo to call. This is the back here. Instead of pressing space and wasting my time, okay, to get to where I want to, just press the tab. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, with backspace it takes it by the tab, not by the space. Okay, so let me just make it 3 tabs. 1, 2, 3. It's not in the center. 4, 5. 5 seems to be in the center. Bravo. Let's select everything here and make it like 30. Okay. Okay, let's make it like 30. And so let's backspace it once. You know, we want to center and make sure everything is center. If you want to center, okay, we want to use tab for now. And I just tab again. Could you just believe that? The tab works based on the size and text and the font text. Okay, so I tab again now, and it's blended to call. Just leave this, change the column to call, make it bold. Then this time around, let's make it red. Okay, now select everything here, and we don't want to select this, which is what we have to make it come to the text, change case, and make it sentence case. Don't forget about my sudo, the way they put theirs and make their work back to, you could just change it yourself and add the N, capital letter M, and capital letter S here. Okay, they want to maintain the same thing. Now let's select everything again and let's start with bullets. Let's do it. We can do it once and for all. You could do the bulleting once and for all by selecting everything and coming down here. This is bullets. Let's wait and see what it gives us. Bullet. Create a bullet list. This is where you create bullet from. This is the numbering list here. Can you see it? So let's click here. There are different forms of bullets. Can you see it? It gives us different bullets and different sign, different options. We are going to be using the dots. Okay. Now we are going to create one by one, the way we did the other time, for you to, okay, text, then backspace and press enter to create different bullet. Backspace, press enter. Backspace once, press enter. Backspace once, press enter. So now we have worked it out here. This is how you make notes, textbooks, and everything or you write your project when you are given assignments. You format in the kind type of way that your teacher is going to love. So let's tab this one. These are our tools. Press tab once. You come back, you come to the back and tab once. Okay. So sometimes, okay, how do we capitalize a word? You want to make the first letter capital letter, or you want to make it capital letter? Okay, select it, no problem. Or sometimes you just come down here and click on insert, and you can find here. Can you see the big one here? We have this is what we need, not the word art. So drop cap, create a large capital letter at the beginning of the text. So let's go. We need one, right? So it's A that is there. So just come down here and it's change it, right? So you could format you can format it, come back to the home. We are not supposed to come use the insert at this stage. I just want to try and spice you up a bit and go like that, and that is why we decide to touch that. But if you don't get it, you can rewind, back forward the video just to make things interesting. That's why I put this. So that is that for now. We have been able to apply character formatting, control paragraph layouts through entering, pressing enter. If it's too much, we make space and we use tab to align the text. And we also display text in bulleted and numbered list. This is what we use. So what we just do, we put here below is our numbering list option. So we have to come down here also. Now, how do you add words when you've already bulleted? Now, what you need to do is to that. Okay, I press enter and it's created. When I press enter, it's created a blank space for but there's a problem. The bullet is still there, right? What do you do? Go back here and press the bullet and the space will be free for you. So we want to type the same thing here. Below is our numbering list. Now this time around, below is our bullet list option. Now let's go. Below is our bullet list options. Do you get it now? So select everything here and bold it, and now that is that. Okay. Okay, so we have this, and that is all for today. Now, I believe you enjoyed it. So how do we save? Let's go straight away and save. Save as, and let's choose courses as usual. Okay, come to download. Let's come down, check it out. Okay, if I couldn't find my, let me just come down here. I'll find my courses. Okay, I save personal assessment page. Example. Okay, example. So save. That is it. Close it. Now come down and try to see if I can just open it as soon as possible. Come down here to this PC, check my downloads out. Okay, press my courses and check here my personal assessment page example. Click on it, left click on it twice and wait for it to open. Okay, and see if what I've saved in there is there. Always make sure you confirm. Okay, fine, confirm the location. Scroll up and down, and that is that for today. Any assignment, classwork that you need to do. Now, this is your own classwork. Make, okay, write a comprehension of how you spend. Okay, comprehension. Let's make a composition of how you spend your COVID-19 holiday in 20 lines. Now, add any picture, two or more, one or more picture, one or more picture to make it interesting. Now, don't get me wrong, because I said you should make it 20 lines does not mean it must be 20 lines, but make sure that you use font size 15, font appearance Verdana or Tahoma. Okay, you could use Verdana, Calibri. Okay, so now, because for the fact that you are making that, you should be sure that your work will be more than 20 pages, 20 lines, in the sense that you are adding text and all those things like that. But what I mean is that you make sure that when you are writing, probably you want to write about some of the things, places you go to. Oh, during the last Saturday of July, I went to the mall with mom and we bought. When we say we are buying, when you want to start talking about what you bought, then I think you have come to the listings that we bought. I bought pizza. You can say 1 pizza, 2 a car, a toy car, 3 I bought an engine, 4 just spice it up. Okay, make sure you have bullets and numbering lists in your composition. Now, let's make it this. Depending on how good you are, you read comprehension. Most of you that read your book, you read your notes all the time and all those things. When you're reading textbook in class, it's comprehension. Sometimes after your comprehension, you have composition. Okay. So depending on your capacity, when you look at this, it is sentence limit. It is like a comprehension. Okay. So I don't want to just write 1 or 4 lines. Then from here, you now press enter and you make no. I want a straight, interesting line like this. Then you could format the paragraph the way you should. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to include your name in your assignment and WhatsApp it to the appropriate number as it is stated on WhatsApp. Okay, message WhatsApp to 070 39 1434. All right, thank you for your time and I'll see you. I'm expecting your homework. The deadline is in 2 days' time, for Sunday. See you later. Thank you.